welcome to Secure the Bag Championship Sunday edition. It's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Strizzy back in the building. What up?
What it do? We back again and here to make some picks. I can't believe we've made it to basically the end of the season. Only two games this weekend. We got the AFC Championship and the NFC Championship popping off. And then, of course, we will, understand who will be participating in the Super Bowl. So it's exciting, but it's bittersweet because it spells the end of football for quite a while. But how are you doing, Strizzy? You ready to make these picks?
Yeah, man, I can't wait. It's you can say it's always bittersweet this time of year because you know it's coming to an end. Uh, but I don't know, man. These I feel like these. Unfortunately, I know your boys aren't in it, but I feel like the NFC and the AFC have the two teams that are supposed to be there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it just feels like 49ers, 12 games in a row, 13 games in a row, like came out super hot, been hot. Eagles, obviously, best team in the NFC probably.
And right, only lost 2 games this year.
Exactly. And part of that too, you're just like, what could have been if Jalen Hurts doesn't get hurt? No pun intended, right?
True.
And then obviously you have the Bengals and the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. So it's kind of like there's no real Cinderella story here. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe Brock Purdy as a rookie doing as well as he's doing, but again, the Niners are that good. So I don't know, man. I can't wait, man. It's going to be a great NFC and AFC Championship game.
Yes. No, I agree with you on that one. Like you said, no real Cinderella. Cincinnati maybe kind of weirdly, they've won so many games in a row, but weirdly like how they started off 0-2, and it's very rare for teams to do so well and make a deep run after starting poorly. But that goes to show, they bounce back from that Super Bowl hangover pretty quick and are just a game away from potentially getting back. So.
Especially because they were healthy. It was like, I can understand if someone was injured, but nah, everybody was healthy at the beginning of the year. We're just like, yo, what's going on?
Right.
They bounced back quick. That hangover didn't last too long.
Exactly. No, agree. I see we got some slackers joining in. I just want to remind everybody to go ahead and make your picks and to participate in the conversation along the way. We are doing this live, and we love to have you as a part of the show and know your opinions too. And don't be afraid to hit that like button. That kind of helps other people find the show. So that's what's up. We do want to say hello to Unc. Welcome in from Texas. He was trying to make us jealous, you know what I'm saying, telling us about what was for dinner. So I was like, man, so building up my appetite over here, but that's what it is. And then we might have the chance to hear from Maarcus too tonight, but we'll just kind of play that by ear. If we get to, that would be dope. But let's get to it. Let's find out how we're gonna move forward here. But before we do, I do want to recap last week a little bit. We always like to remind everybody this is not actual betting advice. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna go through the results from last week with the spread in mind. Okay, so we have the Jaguars did cover the spread against the Chiefs last week. It was a pretty thrilling game, made a lot closer, obviously, by the injury to Patrick Mahomes, and we'll kind of talk more about how that impacts things moving forward when we get to that matchup in just a minute. But next up, we had the Eagles throttling the Giants, covered the spread, and won pretty handily. That was the first time the Giants looked like super outmatched this year, considering how solid they did play. So that was an uneventful Saturday night, but definitely an eventful Sunday. We had the Bengals. They covered the spread. They were actually the underdogs in that one outright and covered the spread. The Bills kind of fell flat. And real quick, what do you think happened to the Bills? What do you think their biggest point of failure was in that game?
What kind of sucks? A part of me kind of feels like they abandoned the run. You know what I mean? And their run game has been so solid this year with, between they have multiple running backs. They have like 3 running backs on top of Josh Allen. So I think abandoning the run kind of hurt. And then their other receivers, not named Stephon Diggs, I really hurt them too. You know what I mean? So Josh didn't really have anywhere else to put it. They kind of took, you take Stephon Diggs out the game and your other guys are performing for you. It's going to hurt the offense, right? So I think nothing went well for them that game. Like nothing. Ground game wasn't going well. Passing game wasn't going well. You know what I mean? And the Bengals have one of the best offenses in the league. So if the defense can't get no stops, you're in trouble. You know what I mean? So I think it's just one of those games where you're just nothing we're doing is working. They prepared better for us than we prepared for them. and the better team won that day.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of sad for the Bills to crash out that way. Before we recap the fourth game, I do want to bring in the third member of our panel, Matt Maarcus. What's good? How you doing? How you feeling, brother?
What up, Phil? Y'all can hear me, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got you.
All right. I had some technical difficulties around here, so we good now.
Oh no, we appreciate you tuning in and jumping on. Always love to hear your perspective on things. And if you want to maybe recap real quickly the last game of the week from last week, the 49ers beating our Dallas Cowboys.
Well, yeah, it's a game we should have won. Can't go over spilled milk or whatever that saying is, but I'm kind of as the days went on, I'm kind of a little encouraged when some things happen today. I don't know if we're allowed to say it, but
Yeah, we can.
yeah,
We can talk about it. We can see it for the end, but
we're gonna keep our defensive coordinator, which is very important for our defense to stay good and get better. They know him, the chemistry be there, so that's a plus for us. And Kellen Moore on his way out, so I'm feeling good about that. I think that's the only thing was kind of holding us back is offense. So I think we get a good offensive coordinator. Don't have to be Sean Payton, you know what I'm saying? Somebody nice and call new plays, something different. Pollard come there and be healthy. I think we're in a good situation, and I think we can make a run next year. So I'm kind of encouraged on what happened today. I thought we was gonna lose Dan Quinn, but we're not. So that's big for us.
yeah, I agree. That was my biggest fear, is that we would lose Dan Quinn, and that like we finally got a defense together that we can actually potentially win in the playoffs with, and him to leave at that time. So it's cool to hear him say that his heart is in Dallas and he wants to win a Super Bowl there. Obviously that's what we want to. So
and the biggest thing is he's due, man. The way what happened to him in Atlanta. So he's due for it, man. So I think it's be good for us, and like good luck come with us, and we all do it together, man. Win Super Bowl.
I love it. All right, cool. That was some good little Cowboys news, and I'm definitely encouraged by that as well. What wasn't too encouraging was Strizzy and I's record against the spread last week. Really rough. We expected some different coverage for sure. The only one I came through with was the Bengals. I had picked the Bengals against the spread, and then Strizzy he got us on the 49ers there. So but that was a rough one.
That's why we lost then, dog. You ain't pick us, dog. Sorry, you been picking us all year.
No, I picked us. That's what I'm
saying. No,
Strizzy. Oh, Strizzy, yes.
Yeah, I was picking y'all all year, but
that's what it was.
The games I was confident y'all was gonna win, y'all won, and unfortunately the one I knew y'all was gonna lose. I'm sorry.
You didn't have to be right, okay?
I'm sorry.
All right, but let's move on from that hurt and that pain. Let's go ahead and get into the championship weekend. Starting with the NFC matchup, and so yeah, I need some sad faces on this slide. That's true. We're gonna have to update that. Thank you, Grace, for tuning in and for commenting that. That's true. When we do that, we're gonna have to need some sad faces, some thumbs down type of looks.
Miss Williams.
Miss Williams in the building. Okay, so let's go ahead and get it. Strizzy, you'll lead us off. And then we'll go from there. But let's break down this first game on Sunday. We got the 49ers visiting the Eagles. The Eagles are favored by 2.5, and the over-under is 46.5. Strizzy, what are your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, man, I think this game's going to be one. I think it's going under, and I think the Eagles are going to win. I think 2.5 is kind of like pick and choose. It could be by a field goal. It might be a little bit higher than that. I think that Jalen Hurts has been damn near perfect all year. He's not going to make the same mistakes, no offense, that Dak made last weekend. You know what I mean? He's just not. So it's a tough. You're running with a tough defense. San Francisco's also going to be a tough defense, but I think in the end, I think Philly pulls this one out.
All right, so you're going with Philly against the spread?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. I think so too. I think the Cowboys defense kind of showed how they can slow down the San Francisco 49ers offense, and the Eagles defense is technically probably better, or at least as good as the Cowboys, especially with their pass rush. They led the league in sacks, so they saw what pressure did to Purdy. I think they're going to kind of duplicate that. Mm-hmm. And then on the other hand, their offense can really run the ball, which we couldn't do at all last week. I think that those two things are going to be the difference in the game. I do think it's going to be a low one, though, two good defenses. So I'm going Philadelphia, and I'm going with the under as well. Maarcus, how are you feeling on this one?
I disagree. I'm picking Eagles to win by at least about 14, 17 points. Like I said, they seen what we did to them. I wouldn't say they that much better defense than us, but like I said, it's a little different. But they're gonna see the mistakes that we did. I think that secondary is better than ours, so their secondary gonna do a lot better. They had to get those picks. I think they're gonna get those picks like we didn't get. So I think, like you said, they led the leading sacks. I think they had 70 sacks this year. So I think they Miller, they won't be able to run the ball like we did. Like they didn't run against us either. So I think they're gonna have to throw the ball. And when he get pressure and have to throw the ball, he gonna make some mistakes. I think it's gonna be his first time he gonna be kind of pressure and making mistakes. So and when he start making mistakes, they're gonna freak out a little bit. And I think they're gonna be on a cruise control from there. So I say at least by 14 they're gonna win.
Man, so you got the Eagles in a big one, yeah. Over in the chat, Unk is agreeing. He says Philly 49ers barely got past the Cowboys. Yeah. And the thing that, stings the most is I hate the Eagles. So I'm rooting for the 49ers now. Like, I don't, I'm saying, like, I'm kind of like, I'd rather see them go to the Super Bowl, especially that being the team we lost to. But yeah, I'm kind of with y'all, though. I think the Eagles are going to get it done, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm rooting for my boy CMC, but, like, I just don't see them getting past this team, honestly.
Yeah, and I think their receiving core and their tight end is gonna be a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like they have some 3 good receivers and a nice tight end, and they said running back too. So that's gonna be I think it's gonna be difficult for that secondary because we had one more receiver because he killed him by himself. If we had one more guy, we did something. Which they got 3 guys. It's gonna make a difference. So
agreed. All right, so we're gonna have to lock it in and make it official. All 3 of us huddling up on the Eagles side. Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, but logic says that that's what it's going to be. But I'll be rooting for myself to be wrong on this one. But my head says that the Eagles are going to get it done at home.
And the reason why I want the Eagles to win, I know they didn't our division, but the 49ers, they go to Super Bowl and try to get one. They're going to that Super Bowl numbers go up. Eagles, they got a long ways to catch us, so they will never catch us. So I don't care about that, but I don't want the 49ers to go away from us too much. So that's why I want the Eagles to go ahead and get it. I don't care.
I agree. We need it for the legacy too, right? So, all right. So that's our picks for the first game of Sunday. All going with the Eagles and against the spread, and I think we're all thinking a little bit lower scoring, more defensive type of game. We'll move into the Sunday night game, which is a great matchup. And the NFL is trying to give Patrick Mahomes as much time as he can to recover. We got in the Sunday night slot the Bengals at the Chiefs. The Chiefs are favored by 1, so basically a pick'em game. And the over/under is set at 48. So, Strizzy, what you got for this one?
I got the Bengals in this one, man. I sometimes it makes you want to pick the team that obviously I think the Joe Burrow's 3-0 against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, whatever. So almost makes you want to pick Kansas City because like he got to get one of them. But I think the high ankle sprain is real. I think they're kind of sugarcoating a little bit to kind of make them believe like, no, Patrick Mahomes he's perfectly fine. What did they use? It wasn't as bad as we thought it was, or whatever case may be. But nah, man, he was limping hard. You know what I'm saying? And that was with adrenaline. You know what I'm saying? Like that was with adrenaline. Game was still going on. He was limping pretty bad. Couldn't put any pressure on it. Under threw a couple of balls after that too. So I think he'll feel a little better this week with some rest. But I don't know. I think the Bengals are ready, man. Burrowhead Stadium, as they're calling it.
Yeah, so I'm going to be a little contrary. I think the Bengals are, do have a good shot to win this game, but I'm going with the Chiefs at home. For some reason, I think that them being at home, the defense is going to try to rise up and surmount. And I think that they feel a little bit disrespected in the sense that they're not ready to just step away from the spotlight. They're not ready to just totally give up the division. Not the division, but the conference to the Bengals. And I did see that they were calling it Burrowhead, which I think is mad disrespectful. I mean, I'm sorry, but you've only been in the league a couple years, definitely a baller, but this is only your 3rd year in the league. How are you trying to act like you dominate them like that? I feel like that's a little disrespectful. So I don't know why, but I'm feeling Kansas City in this one. I think that they're just going to find a way to pull it out, even if that means that the backup Henne has to go in the game and handle some things. So that's where I'm at, though. I'm kind of pulling the Chiefs in an upset, if you will.
Yeah.
Maarcus?
I kind of agree with you with the Patrick Mahomes part. Yeah, he's going definitely. I think he'll be a little better, but they not beating the Bengals this game. I think he don't have enough weapons. I think Tariq will be great for this game because he's gonna need that one play to kind of get past him a little bit. I don't think he has that. And I love the Burrow way, whatever it's called. I love that. Disrespect, that's what you're supposed to do. You don't supposed to, come through and be all nice.
getting their head a little bit.
I think he's gonna show. Yeah, I think Barry gonna show that he's the next guy coming up though. I think Patrick Mahomes had plenty of time to get these Super Bowls. I'm saying he had what? He lost one and he couldn't get past the Patriots or the Bengals last year. I think this is gonna be another one. I think he's gonna be like a great quarterback, but I think he's gonna be a Peyton Manning. I think he's gonna be great during the season, but crunch time, I think he's not gonna get it done. So, and I think Tyreek Hill's gonna be a big reason why. And I think that run game with the Bengals is gonna be a little too much because they play the Jaguars and they struggle. You know what I'm saying? So I think the Bengals are way better than the Jaguars, and I think it's gonna show with. And I think the biggest factor of the whole thing gonna be Jamar Chase. I think he's gonna have a big game, and I think it's on the show. So that's why I got them going. I got them winning all the way, man.
Funny thing is, I actually really agree with that too, as far as the Jamar Chase thing. But to piggyback off of that, if Jamar Chase isn't going well, you still got Mixon, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd. You know what I mean? Like, whereas KC, unfortunately, you can't rely on any of the receivers. Only Travis Kelce. He's the only one. So if you can somehow take Kelce out the game, it's going to make things a lot more difficult for KC. And I was saying, all year, like, I know it makes it easier to share the ball around, but having a real number one receiver helps. You know what I'm saying? Like,
in this kind of game.
Exactly. Like, you don't have that one play that goes straight to the house on any given play because that's what Tyreek Hill is. And I mean, hell, he did it for Tua all year. You know what I'm saying? Like,
real.
You know what I mean?
Bridgewater.
For real. It's like, I mean, 3 different quarterbacks he played with, and I think he finished second in yards towards the end, but he led the league in yards receiving damn near all year until like the last week or two. So I don't know, man. I think KC has a big thing, a lot going against them this week, and I think the Bengals are riding high, but I think they can also back it up too.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I do think that the Bengals are primed to win this game. I don't know. There's been a surprise every weekend so far, so I think this is the best chance at something different. Even though obviously neither of these teams are anything to sneeze at. Obviously both of them very dominant during the regular season. Great teams.
Miss Williams.
He got the Bengals. Grace. She said animals, Eagles, and Bengals, and those are good picks. The animals over the humans. And I agree with Unc too. He said hopefully games will be close, no blowouts. And I think there will be some close ones. I'm hoping for like a, what I'm saying, kind of like an instant classic. But
well, I had a question though. What is a 49er? Is that a person?
Yeah, it's a person. So it's the people who went for the gold rush, like in San Francisco.
The miners. They're miners.
Yeah, the miners.
Oh, they call 49ers?
I think it was in 1849 that they all went to San Francisco to go and got their pitchforks and tried to get the gold in them hills. So that's the 49ers.
Okay.
It's always but that their guy's pretty cool though. They got the sourdough Sam, their little mascot. You know what I'm saying? So that's what he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be.
You ain't have to explain all that. I don't give a care. I don't like them, so I don't give a care. Freaking miners or whatever, y'all. I don't give a care. Lose.
Nothing but a Niner.
I feel you. All right, so I think that's it though. I think we're gonna go ahead and lock these ones in. So I got to be contrary a little bit. I'm going with Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? The rooting interest for me. Hopefully they can maybe pull it out. But I'm with you guys. I understand as well why you guys are going with the Bengals. But we are looking forward to some good matchups this weekend. And that's it. Only the 2 real games in the spotlight to look forward to. And then we'll have one more big one, the Super Bowl. Obviously that week off in between, we're going to try to bring you guys some content. Hopefully we'll get out to some of the Super Bowl experience things that are going on. I definitely want to check out the convention center. They got the little games and stuff going on over there. So maybe we'll have like a little vlog style video in that in-between week. And then we'll definitely be making our Super Bowl picks together too. So that's what it is. Strizzy, I don't know if you wanted to talk about any of the other coaching news this week or today, actually, with the Panthers before we dipped out.
Yeah, we talk about it a little bit and touch more about it a little bit on the Tuesday show next week. But man, we picked up a Reich from, well, I can't even say from the Colts, but basically the coach that got fired. From a very very failed season with the Colts. A little disappointed. You know what I mean? Like it's the first offensive-minded coach that we've ever hired. We've always gone defense, and I think we should have stayed that way to an extent. You know what I mean? Whether it had been Wilkes or Peyton, we did interview him. I still think even if we might have offered Peyton a job, but he was probably like, I'm probably leaning a little bit more towards Denver country. But even with Wilkes, I think coming in when he did and proving that he could win with what we had and the teams behind him, you know what I mean? Like I feel like he brought back the hashtag of keep pounding like back to Carolina, something that we lost, with the last couple of years with Matt Rule, and our guys were fighting for him, you know what I mean? So I think it's gonna be a lot of not hurt players in the locker room, you know what I mean? But I think they were really riding for Coach Wilkes and really wanted to come back. And I think with a full year, full off season, and even being able to pick the offensive coordinator that he might have wanted, you know what I mean? I think that might have helped the offense as well. Hopefully he can come in and do what we want him to do, you know what I'm saying? But definitely wouldn't have been my first, second, or probably even third choice, you know what I'm saying, for Coach. I'm not the Panthers GM or owner, so it's not really my choice. But I don't know. Hopefully he can do better with us than he did with the Colts.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I wonder what's going to happen to Wilkes now. Like, because I think he's still technically under contract. Well, he would have been if he was just the defensive coordinator. I don't know how that works, but I doubt he's going to want to stay at this point since he's been essentially passed over. And I'm sure Frank Reich will have his own guys he wants to bring in. So
exactly, you know what's going to happen. They're going to leave him, let him go. He'll probably bring in his own guys, but sucks.
Yeah. Pretty whack, but we'll see. Also, the Jets hired Nathaniel Hackett as their offensive coordinator after he didn't make it through his first season as a head coach of the Broncos. But we'll talk more for sure about the coaching news. I'm definitely encouraged about the Dan Quinn news that Maarcus broke for us earlier. That I think that is, that's super exciting for the Cowboys for sure. Maarcus, anything else you wanted to touch on?
No, I don't know. I'm lagging right now or not.
No, you're good.
I'm good. Okay. Yeah. But I'm just excited. I just want to see what we're gonna do with the offensive coordinator. I don't think they're gonna get rid of McCarthy because he won the playoff game. So everybody gonna keep him. And again, Jay like a yes man, so I think he'll keep him there. I would hope optimistically. I would say we want Sean Payton, but I don't think he coming to the Cowboys. So I think we'll get a. Like I said, I just think get a decent offensive coordinator. Even might something different. We just need something different. I think we right there. We got a good team, a good core, get a receiver, and I think we'll be all right. So as long as Kellen Moore don't come back, because if he come back, I gotta take a seat as a Cowboy fan.
Bro, I was thinking the same thing. I was so happy when they gave the two finalists of Wilkes and Wright, and they're basically like, Kellen Moore will not be there. I was like, thank you, Jesus. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I don't know where he's gonna be. I don't know where he's gonna be, but I'm so glad he was like, nah, he ain't gonna get it done. Man,
he's not bad. Yeah, he's not bad, but I think if he goes somewhere like the Patriots, somewhere he can learn with a good coach, that kind of demands from him and help him a little bit. They call the plays. I think he'll do good. I think but us though, he was that main guy. Nobody else called him play but him, and he just he wasn't ready. He got too many chances after chance to do it to get better. Like I said, during the season it was great. But when we crunch time, he didn't call it. He didn't change it up. It was so predictable. So, like I said, he goes somewhere where he can kind of get better. I think he'll be a good coach later in his years. But right now, I don't think he's ready.
I agree. I think he needs to take command a little bit. He probably overachieved. I mean, he was a backup quarterback for the Cowboys and then just slid into like quarterback coach, coordinator, and then all of a sudden, made it to all the way to OC. So it's like he's done great, but he does still need more time to learn, and we can't be dealing with that right now. We
need to win.
Sure. I feel like a lot of coaches who learn under Kyle Shanahan always make great head coaches. Like everybody who's been in Shanahan's court has come out, been a head coach, and been successful. Like right away too. Like it's been crazy. So I feel like even if you're not there as an offensive coordinator, maybe just be like, yo, can I learn from you? You know what I mean? Like because like you said, he just popped up as an offensive coordinator, kind of out of nowhere. Like that don't normally happen. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna Maarcus go somewhere and learn, like said Belichick, something like that. But like.
Yeah, either there or even go
too quick.
Even go around. I think.
Show me back.
He could show him a little something. Or
maybe go work for Nick Saban or something for like Alabama. Like
come
back or something like that.
A QB coach or something like that. So I think, like I said, give him about at least 5 years. I think he'll be a great coach somewhere as a head coach.
For real. Yeah. Was McVay with Shanahan too? McVay was with Shanahan too, wasn't he?
I think so. I think they were.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
exactly. Coaching branches. Yeah, they. So, All right, quick NBA thing. The NBA All-Star captains have been announced, LeBron and Giannis. That's pretty cool. But really, I just wanted to mention NBA so that we could say rest in peace, Kobe Bryant and Gianna and all those that lost their life. 3-year anniversary today of the helicopter crash.
3 years.
Still feels like it was just the other day. So definitely wanted to take a chance since we were live on there to mention that. And I guess we'll be back Tuesday. We'll talk about the results of championship weekend. We'll do a quick preview of the Super Bowl, and we'll do our whole gambit. And that's episode 179, I think, next. So So definitely come back for that. Real quick, Unc has some couple things. He says, I don't think Kellen Moore is a loss for the team. Agreed. Quinn would have been a bigger loss. Definitely. Them getting Quinn back was major for me. I'm like, that was big. So
chemistry is so big, man. I think a lot of people underestimate how much chemistry works in a team, and you keep your defensive coordinator and their core is going to be back. The defensive core is going to be back next year too. So like that's huge. They're going to be even better next year.
Might have even been a part of that. Like to have him to be able to keep coaching a player like them, and I know they have a great relationship. I'm like, if that was make you stay, whatever it's got to be. So. But that's what's up. That was Secure the Bag. And we will see y'all next Tuesday. But until then, it's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Strizzy.
Go Eagles.